Hi, everyone, and welcome. Today we're doing a deep dive into something I think many of us have heard of, Stockholm Syndrome.
Hmm.
Basically, it's that psychological thing where a hostage, or sometimes an abuse victim, starts to feel some kind of connection with their captor or abuser.
That's right. And we've been looking into what that actually means, who it tends to affect, and, the really crucial things to understand about it.
Yeah, our mission today is really just to pull out the essentials for you, give you a clear picture of this, well, pretty complex phenomenon.
It really is complex and quite disturbing when you think about it, how someone in that kind of extreme situation, that power imbalance, can form a bond.
It's not about weakness, is it?
No, absolutely not. It's generally understood as a survival mechanism, a really complex psychological adaptation to a terrifying reality.
Okay, so let's get into the specifics. We're talking about identifying Stockholm Syndrome. What are the actual symptoms or behaviors we should know about?
Well, there are a few key things. Probably the most striking one is the victim developing positive feelings for the captor.
Positive feelings. Like what?
It can be things like trust, maybe affection, even sometimes feeling loyal to them. It can get to the point where the victim actually defends the captor.
Defends them. Against who?
Against authorities, rescuers, anyone trying to help them get out. It's quite surprising.
That seems so counterintuitive. You'd think there'd just be hatred or fear.
Exactly. And that leads to another symptom, actually the flip side, negative feelings towards anyone trying to rescue them.
So, anger at the police, for instance.
Anger, yeah, or deep resentment, fear, distrust of those rescuers. And then even after it's all over, after they're safe.
The struggle isn't over.
Often, no.
Yeah.
Adjusting back to normal life can be incredibly hard. We see things like depression, quite severe anxiety, sometimes just feeling emotionally numb or detached.
That sounds incredibly difficult. Are there, factors that make someone more likely to react this way in certain situations?
Research suggests a few risk factors, yeah. The length of time someone is held captive or abused is a big one.
So longer time means higher risk.
Generally, yes. The longer the duration, the more potential there is for this kind of bond to form. Age and gender might also play a part.
How so?
Some studies indicate that younger people, and possibly females, might be slightly more vulnerable, though it can affect anyone.
Okay. What else?
Isolation is really key, being totally cut off from friends, family, the outside world. It makes the captor the center of the victim's reality,
Right. Their only point of contact, almost.
Pretty much. And also, a person's history matters. Someone who's already experienced trauma or abuse might be, more susceptible if they find themselves in another such situation.
That makes a grim kind of sense.
Yeah.
Given all this, what help is available? What does treatment look like?
Well, the main approach is usually psychotherapy, specifically therapy focused on trauma.
What does that involve?
It's about helping the person process what happened, understand the whole dynamic that developed between them and the captor, learn healthier ways to cope, and, break free from that psychological bond, rebuild their sense of self.
Therapy sounds crucial. Are there other supports?
Oh, definitely. Support groups can be incredibly helpful.
How do they help?
Just connecting with other survivors, people who've been through something similar. It provides validation, community. It shows them they aren't alone in these feelings.
I can see how that would be powerful.
It really can be. And sometimes medication might be part of the picture too. Things like antidepressants or anti-anxiety meds to help manage those specific symptoms, like the depression or anxiety we mentioned.
Okay, so managing the immediate distress.
Exactly, to help them engage fully with therapy and recovery.
So if we were to sort of wrap this up, what's the absolute core message you think listeners should take away about Stockholm Syndrome?
I think the main thing is just recognizing it's a real psychological response. It's not made up. It's not the victim's fault. It happens in these extreme, awful situations.
Right. And it has these clear signs. The positive feelings for the captor, negative towards help, the adjustment problems.
Precisely. And knowing there are risk factors like how long it lasts, isolation, past trauma, and crucially, that there are effective ways to help people heal. Therapy, support groups, sometimes medication.
It really does make you think about, the strange and complex ways our minds work to survive, doesn't it?
It certainly does. The human capacity for adaptation is incredible, even in the darkest circumstances.
A final thought then.
Yeah.
If you, or maybe someone you know, has gone through something like abuse or captivity and is finding things hard, please remember, reaching out for professional help isn't weakness. It's actually a really important step towards feeling better.
Absolutely. Seeking help is strength.
Thank you for taking this deep dive with us today.